Plus, was your house shaking this morning? We're investigating loud booms in the Midlands, reported by dozens of you this morning. What we've learned so far, ahead in a live report. And ending our weekend on a cold note, why you may want to have an umbrella handy as you make your way back to work tomorrow morning.
Live, local, now. This is WIS News 10.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Emily Scarlett. First at 6, bond has been set for a Claflin University student accused of killing his roommate late last week. Bond was set at $75,000 today for 21-year-old Andre Sanders Jr., facing an involuntary manslaughter charge. Police say Sanders shot his roommate Dravius Terry at a privately owned apartment complex near the campus on Friday. Investigators are still working to learn more about what led to the shooting. Well, were your windows rattling or dogs barking as you sat down to eat breakfast this morning? If so, you were not alone. Many of you reached out to us by phone and online to report hearing loud, house-shaking booms this morning. After doing some digging, our Caroline Patricus may have the answer why.
Well, Emily, just to put this into context for you, this is the Fort Jackson base where McCready Training Center is stationed, but people across the Midlands said that they felt this explosion area. People in Elgin, Camden, Lugoff, even as far away as Bishopville, Rimbert, so widespread, saying that their homes were rattling this morning, and hundreds of you quickly went to Facebook saying it shook their two-story house, sent their dogs in a frenzy, and felt almost earthquake-like. Take a look at this post from a woman on Facebook who says, "It was closer to me in Rimbert, it rattled the windows. Any closer, it would have broken the windows." Another one says, "It was so loud that I walked outside to make sure that everything looked okay." Now, we started to ask questions, but several departments, including the Kershaw County and Richland County 911 Dispatch Center, said they didn't get any calls. Officials with McCready Training Center on Fort Jackson said it could have been part of their military training exercise. The South Carolina National Guard said in a tweet this morning with this photo that their engineers were wrapping up some demolitions training because it was a drill weekend. But again, Emily, a lot of people reported this boom sound, and so that's what we found that it could be. Back to you.
All right, lots of questions on that. Thanks for that, Caroline. If you have any information on what the booms may have been or heard them at your house this morning, leave a comment under this story posted on our official WIS Facebook page. A live look now outside. Feeling pretty chilly out there as our weekend comes to an end. Temperatures are expected to dip into the 40s tonight. We're also tracking wet weather moving into our area that could have an effect on your morning commute to work tomorrow. Meteorologist Vaughn Gaskin has more on our forecast. Hey, Vaughn.
Hey there, Emily. Well, we are actually going to be able to see the rain moving closer and closer. As we look at the radar right now, you can see the light rain. It's moving in. It's in the upstate. We're going to eventually see it moving into the Midlands, but not quite here just yet. It's going to eventually get here. As we take a wider view, you can see that rain just spotty in nature. Plenty of cloud cover, hefty cloud cover moving in for us, but the spotty rain still in the upstate now. Let's take it hour by hour. If you're going to be heading out this evening, yeah, you're going to need the umbrella. The rain won't start falling immediately, but by the time you get to about 8 or 9 o'clock, we will eventually see the rain materializing. We do have the clouds in place and temperatures dropping down to the 40s by that point. We'll be at 48 degrees by the time you get to midnight, and your temperatures will continue to drop. Now, the overnight low officially will be 47 degrees, and then tomorrow 64. It will be warmer, but we're going to start out the day with some rainfall. I'll give you a closer look at what you can expect for the morning and even the afternoon commute coming up in just a bit.
Thanks for that, Vaughn. New at 6, a K-9 officer is back home this evening safe and sound after going missing sometime yesterday. Batesburg-Leesville police announced on their Facebook page that K-9 officer Tosca was found after going missing yesterday from her home near Rawls Drive. They reported that she was found late this afternoon and seems to be in good condition. Richland County officials have identified a man killed after being hit by a car while crossing the street Friday night. Officials say 51-year-old Al Higgins died after being hit by a car in the 700 block of Garners Ferry Road around 8 p.m. Friday. Columbia police are now investigating. A teenager in North Carolina says she caught a dressing room peeper in the act, but he still managed to get away, and the teen is concerned about the pictures he may have taken. Stephanie Tinoco reports.
She was trying on clothes at this Plato's Closet for about 15 minutes before she noticed a cell phone on the ground with the camera facing up. Now she's hoping someone that knows the guy will report him to police.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go to sleep tonight, to be honest with you, because who knows what that man's gonna do.
Samantha Argo is afraid a video of her naked may be posted online. She claims a man in the dressing room next to hers at Plato's Closet was recording her on his cell phone as she tried on clothes.
I step back and I see him push it kind of farther. He cleaned the camera a little bit.
This is the picture she took as she watched the man slide his phone closer to her stall.
You can actually see him looking at the reflection in his phone. Who knows how long that phone had been set up there. I noticed it towards the end of my trying things on.
The 16-year-old called police. She says employees didn't stop or question the man as he walked out.
And the Plato's worker did actually see the phone, saw what was happening, and just moved my dressing room and didn't contact the police.
Vividly, she described the man as Hispanic, wearing a chin-strap beard, wearing red baggy joggers, red and white Jordans. She hopes someone who knows him will report him to police.
I'm a child, and it's repulsive that people are out here doing this kind of thing.
The store's manager would not comment on the incident. It was a shocking sight for a quiet Charlotte neighborhood late last week. Multiple agencies, including the FBI and a bomb squad, responded to a home in the Cedar Mill neighborhood Friday night to investigate a possible weapon of mass destruction inside. Officials say a man told officers he made a pipe bomb after getting into an argument with a neighbor. After changing his mind about it, Fells gave it to his roommate who worked at the Charlotte Douglas International Airport as an air traffic controller. He's since been fired by the airport. Both men have been arrested and are now out on bond facing multiple charges. A neighbor who lives down the street says it's shocking news, but that he's somewhat numb to the situation.
Weird because the state of the world today, things like that should shock you and they don't, because it's everywhere. You can't get away from it. You could live in the most quiet neighborhood and never talk to anybody. Next thing you know, there could be a serial killer living beside you. You just don't know.
The FAA released a statement saying the former airport worker did not have access to restricted areas of the terminal or ramp, only to off-site air traffic control. In Myrtle Beach, 15 people are without a home after an early morning apartment fire damaged 6 units. This is a look at the blaze after its aftermath at the 20-unit apartment complex. Thankfully, no injuries were reported. The American Red Cross says they'll provide immediate assistance to the 15 people affected. Hundreds are remembering the victims of a deadly church shooting that left 26 dead and dozens more injured. How the victims of the deadliest mass shooting in Texas history were honored 1 week after the shooting. Plus, we're tracking the threat of wet weather to start the work week.
And we'll see the rain moving in overnight and during the day tomorrow. But when will it clear out? I'll tell you coming up.